Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Demon Slayer episode 16. What happened last time?
Last time our brave trio went up to this scary mountain where there are apparently demons who are using little demon spiders to puppet people / drag people through the air into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very nice. Apparently there's a family of 5 demons. So and apparently there was 10 other demon slayers in there in the first place. Only one of them is still has his own free will, and
at least a few of which were higher rank. The one that they found was a higher rank.
I thought that they were the same rank and the next rank was higher, or maybe they were.
There are like 15 ranks, if you remember.
Oh, right.
There are like
okay.
a bunch of them. So Mizunoto, I think Tanjiro got promoted 1 rank for something, but I can't remember 100%.
I thought they were all just still the starting rank.
I could be wrong. Regardless, they are like they were sent as reinforcements to this operation that was like way
There was
bigger.
already 10 people, and then they sent 3 more people.
Which I think that they only did that because, and I don't know how the messaging works. Like, how are they dispatched? Is it just the crows?
It's just the crows, but
do they go back and forth and like give messages, or are the crows just like super intelligent,
the
like
crows,
mastermind?
Yeah.
They're the backbone of this organization.
No,
but anyway, yeah. Now they're sending the Hashira, I think is the name of the highest rank of prestige. It's Gyu and Shinobu. Gyu, Tomioka, and Shinobu. This new girl that we haven't met before.
And so we'll see how long we can hold out before they arrive. Right now it's 5 demons versus 4 demon slayers plus Nezuko, so they're technically have even numbers. However, the skill level there and the power level is not very fair at all.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how they fare. The fact that they the fact that they showed that they were sending higher ranked people early makes me think, okay, they're gonna have to hold out. Because they're not gonna send those guys.
They're not gonna show
and
up
then
immediately.
show up. Well, no, they're not gonna send them and then have them show. Like you as a writer, you wouldn't say, okay, let's set up, unless they're gonna fuck with us, which would be kind of interesting. But like, okay, let's set up that help is on the way, only for it not to be needed when it gets there.
Yeah.
It's like the Battle of Helm's Deep is just like, watch for me on the western mountaintop or whatever it is, and then Gandalf shows up. And then the battle's just over, and that's it. That's kind of what's going on here. So we'll see what happens in this episode of Demon Slayer. For those of you who like to watch the Uncut with us, for Demon Slayer, the Uncut is in the description. That has a timer. You can sync up your footage if you want. We're only providing that because we used to provide it here on YouTube. Now, you can just stick around here on YouTube and watch the reaction highlight like normal. So in that case, we hope you support the official release. This is not a market substitute for watching Demon Slayer. This is our reaction and review to Demon Slayer. We use some of the footage in these videos to provide context so that you understand what we're talking about when we're reacting to and reviewing the show. For the official release, watch on Crunchyroll. That's where we're watching it. And yeah, this is not a free alternative. We also hope you check out our Patreon. You get a week ahead on Patreon for this show and many others, including Naruto, and a bunch of other stuff there, a bunch of other cool perks. We also hope you like and subscribe. But more than that, we hope you enjoy the video as we get into Demon Slayer episode 16. Let's go. I wonder how accurate his ability is. Yeah, so he's just never felt kindness before. He probably grew up with literal boars or something. I said this last time and I literally just said it, but I think that's what happened. Do you have a theory? We don't know anything about his background.
Oh.
Did you think we knew something about his background?
I thought we saw something of him, but
no. Nope. We never saw anything of his background. We saw, when Tanjiro was fighting him, we saw Tanjiro was like, he's not fighting like a normal person. He's fighting like a beast, and then we saw him like as just a boar fighting him, but that's it. We don't know anything about his backstory.
Okay.
Letting someone else go first. Oh my god, he's already gassed out. Running full clip into the fucking forest. I have a feeling this guy isn't gonna make it out. Big picture Inosuke. But they're just like, oh. Oh, is she alive? Oh, she was like forced to kill them all. Cut the threads. Tanjiro, cut the threads. Why are you afraid? What is this dynamic? Bother. I thought she was like the mastermind behind all this. Apparently not. I bet father is like that giant musclied one, maybe.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
man, his eyes covered, so I think that's where like the kanji or whatever for the moon or whatever, the kizuki. All I have to do is like block her sword or parry her, and then somebody else cut the threads.
Yeah.
There's two of you. You can make it happen. Do it now! What are you doing, guys?
Where the fuck is Inosuke?
You had a chance to do it, Inosuke, but now you don't. Don't fucking kill them. Maybe you should. Never mind. There's no doctors around here. You're kind of fucked.
At least cut the girl free. She was. I mean, maybe she's fucked up now. They bent her a weird way, but.
Are they allowed to mercy kill? Oh. I don't think he cares whether they're allowed. There's no way you can help him. Nezuko. Actually, no, Nezuko probably wouldn't be a good idea right now. What are you gonna do? Draw them away?
Tying her around a tree?
That's smart. I would have thought the spider lady would have a sort of insurance for that. Ow! That guy's like, fuck. He just said his organs are fucking.
Yeah.
I don't see why they're not cutting the threads now. They were just doing that for themselves. Are they too thick? If there's many of them, they haven't even tried.
I think it's because they'll just keep getting rethreaded.
Yeah. All the tension. That doll. That jutsu.
Don't like that.
Those yellow things were kind of like the sticky
Oh no,
web.
that's what I was kind of thinking. fuck off. He's the best character.
I think you just killed him. Can she just cut the threads and then redo them? Should have cut the threads. I have no idea why they didn't cut the fucking threads. Oh god.
They should have just cut the threads and then run.
They should have cut the thread. They would have gotten... They probably would have gotten, like, tied up again. But at least if you cut the threads, then said, either one of you who can, like, move, cut the threads of everyone when they reform before they can, like, get you. That's your mission. I can only help you so much.
Yeah.
But it's better than you dying. What the fuck is that? What is that? Is there some folklore attached to this thing? It's Hozuki, right? Because she likes, like, Hozuki rice, or he? I can't tell. Why?
Oh, you fuck.
That happened really fast.
I mean, see, you could have just done that.
He just doesn't even consider. He doesn't even consider that people can be nice, so he doesn't think to work with anyone, I guess. Like, it doesn't even cross his mind that it's a possibility.
Is he gonna get all the threads? Good move.
Springboard. Oh, off his foot. That's fucking cool. Fourth form.
He's just balancing on his head.
Ah, I see. That's why they call it a monk's robe cut. Because it's like... Mm-hmm. That's cool. Is he about to punch him in the face? Oh. Oh, he's above the trees. He can smell. Oh, shit. No, you went all out from the beginning and you lost. Is something gonna block him? Suicide by Demon Slayer? Oh, he knows it. Oh. He needs to get one of their blood samples.
Yet another classic example of every death being tragic, even if it's a demon's death.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. And so it sucks that we took so long. We're gonna be binging the rest of these episodes so that we don't forget shit. Because this show is released once every week, we would watch like 4 and then not worry about it for a month. So we'd be watching it, doing one session a month. So we'd end up forgetting things. But I was thinking, we had a discussion about how he's empathic, about how he's like super in tune with other people's emotions, probably because he can smell. That has something to do with like him being. Do you remember what brought that on? I forget what it was, but he's like super empathetic towards, like, he's able to feel that towards demons and people, and he doesn't like discriminate based on like emotions. Like, he understands that demons are different than people, but that they still have a human spirit trapped within them. But it was just another example of that, how he like recognized that as he was going, and then changed his stance to like a far more swift but less efficient attack, likely, in order to like more peacefully, rather than it being like a hacking slash that would like completely destroy, possibly like cutting her head in half. Instead, it's just severing it as smoothly and cleanly as possible, because she clearly gave up in that moment.
Yeah, so one of the... What was the 12
Kizuki.
Yeah, so one of them is there.
I think it's the kid. I don't think it's the dad. I think that they were faking us out with the dad. But based on that flashback to when there was like that domestic incident among this demon family, there's I think the demon. Do you remember the actual name for the demon blood art? It's okay if you don't. Like apparently it was mistranslated, and people in the comments were saying that
it's supposed to be blood demon art.
Blood demon art. It doesn't sound right, but okay. So I bet his like thing. I think it's the kid. I don't think it's the dad. Saw the other two kids, and I think his thing is that because he's a kid, it maybe has something to do with. Maybe he like lost a family or had some sort of rough family life. So then through like achieving the demon form and everything, his power is like to force other demons into his family, basically, to like recreate that in some sort of weird fucked up way. So they aren't either that or they're actually his family, but I don't think so. I think that he like is taking people who are taking either other demons or people and like forcing them into this relationship and sort of leading them. And I think like it seemed like they were setting up for that because one, his eyes covered, and if you remember, I forget his name, the guy with the drums, he had like the kanji in his eye and it was slashed out because he lost his rank. And he was like and the kid was like standing above them, like,
just like
looking down on the whole situation. No, but like he was looking down on them the whole situation, like he was orchestrating it. And the way that she's afraid of him, and she said like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell father." It doesn't seem like the father's the big boss. It seems like the father demon is like a big, bad, strong, probably difficult to defeat demon. But I think the real threat is the kid. And whether he has something else, or whether his thing is making all these other demons, or whether he has like another special ability to maybe turn people into demons, and I guess only Muzan can turn people into demons. I'm not sure. So he must have something else up his sleeve, because I think the rest of it is going to be them trying to take down these demons one by one until they get to him, and then they aren't going to be able to beat him, and then that's when the fucking Hashira are going to show up. That's my prediction.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was thinking. I was just sort of going with the whole Can we just look at the family situation again? I just want to get a look at the other ones that were there.
There was a little kid hiding behind the tree. There was a father. We never see the father's face. Mm-hmm. What were you looking for?
I just kind of wanted to see the other guys, yeah.
And then the girl looked sort of sad or like not okay with what's going on, whereas the younger boy was like all giddy about it. Mm-hmm. What were you thinking? Why did you want to look at that?
I just wanted to look at them again.
Oh, okay. Did you have something to say about
them?
No,
I just wanted to look at it for myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what that spider thing was. That the headless demon.
Yeah, and how there can be a headless.
Well, she's controlling it. It probably just. Well, yeah, you're right, because
once they cut it, then it disappeared. Like with their swords, it disappeared.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like a normal demon, so maybe its head was severed, and because the head and the body can be separate, and they can still be like alive. Mm-hmm. If it's not cut with the proper sword to do that. So
or maybe it's just part of her thing that she can do, because that's why I'm thinking it's really weird, and it's like I don't understand the rules behind it, but I don't need to. But that it makes me think that there is some like folklore behind this creature. I could be completely wrong, but yeah, I wonder how this came about in terms of story, like in terms of like the rules of the world, how this, because they cut it with the swords and then it started to disappear, independent of her. Like she wasn't. It's not like this was a part of her, and then by cutting this, you're also like cutting her, so she wasn't hurt by it.
No, it seemed like this was a demon.
Yeah.
Who had its head chopped off, but not by the correct sword.
Yeah.
Therefore, the body was still... And then once she could control the body, then she basically had control of another demon, which was much more powerful than her, without any other influence
and maybe
from the demon.
And maybe she was able to, like, stem the sort of regeneration so that it couldn't regrow its head there or something, or reattach itself. Because if you destroy the demon, like if you destroy the head by burning it or putting it in the sunlight, or by burning it, I think you can burn it and it dies. Regardless, if the head is detached, yeah, it can move independently. Mm-hmm. But it regrows the body. Like the first demon that we saw Tanjiro fight when he met Urokodaki at that like shrine on the roadway.
Yeah.
When he was going to Urokodaki, he like cut its head off with an axe, or Nezuko kicked its head off.
Yeah.
And then it like grew arms out of its head, and then started like fucking with Tanjiro.
Yeah, but I wonder.
So I don't think it matters. Regardless, it's interesting. That's what matters about it. But what's more interesting is Inosuke and his whole shit. More and more, at every kind act, he's like completely blown away by it. It's completely taken off guard, because he literally doesn't consider the possibility that people can be nice, seemingly, because he never had that experience. So like when faced with a task that they could tackle together, he doesn't. The fact that he could get help is completely out of the realm of possibility. It's not even out of the realm of possibility. It doesn't cross his mind whatsoever that Tanjiro could be on his side and help, and they could work together. Because he's never done that. He's never had that opportunity, it seems like.
Yeah. It sucks that they didn't cut the fucking threads of those
ass.
Guys. That really sucks. At least for the girl who...
seemingly was able-bodied.
Yeah, at least at first, and then maybe something got broken after they started fighting, but it just sucks that they weren't quick enough to cut the threads immediately when they saw someone who was just perfectly fine.
If they cut the threads early, yes, the threads would have reformed, but that was before they were... Because, like, she was... The spider lady was... I think what was going on was she was directing her attention in many different areas. She wasn't focused, so, like, when... I think it reformed faster on them and, like, fucked them up more, because she was like, okay, now I gotta go full force. I can't be, like, controlling lazily 20 different corpses.
Also, she said the closer that they get to her, the
worse it gets. Okay, well, so there's many reasons then. But, like, if they cut the threads and said, pick one up, get the fuck out of here, drop them, make sure you keep cutting the threads, or else you'll be controlled again. We can't help you 100% of the time. We're going to try. The best way we can help you is by going forward. Try and get as many out as you can. It's better than you... Like, just anything. Even if they got just her out. Because she was the only one who could move, I think.
If they got just her out and said, just wait here, just don't get captured again, then they would have killed the next one before. They would have been able to solve the problem, like, two minutes later.
Yeah. It just sucks ass. It really sucks. And I don't know if that's an anime time thing, which is rare with this show, that they end up resorting to anime time, because it seems like the way that they were fighting, it seemed like they were clearly at a disadvantage because they can't attack the Demon Slayer people. So they can't just as easily like deflect and then slice the threads. It's not. I understand that, but it's the way that it was being presented. It seemed like it would have been that easy, the way that they were fighting, because they weren't at full strength, and Tanjiro is a badass. And even Inosuke is a badass. And
there's two of them.
Yeah. And
the threads
Inosuke
go all the way up into the air, so you don't have to like cut directly above their skin.
Inosuke wouldn't have been working with Tanjiro, so I understand that. But even Tanjiro himself, if he lured the one girl away, and then instead of like throwing her up in the air, just turn around, cut the threads, it would have worked. If anybody in the comments has a reason why they wouldn't cut the threads there, please tell me. Because the only rationalization that I have is that there was just not enough time, and the only reason that it seemed like there was a lot of opportunities because there was an anime time thing, where, like, because when her bones broke and she was like, they deflected maybe more times than they did the manga. Maybe they only had like one exchange, and then the bones broke, and then she was like, get away, and then it happened like relatively close together. But they spent a few minutes on that whole interaction, and it was kind of frustrating that. We were just screaming at the screen, just cut the threads. They already did that to the other people.
They cut the threads like a million times for the other people.
And for themselves. It seems like they could have done it. But so that doesn't make us hate the show.
That might be because the other people were farther away, so it was easier to cut the threads. But
the threads were seemingly the same threads. If anybody has an explanation for that, please let us know.
I think it's like they wouldn't be. It's not that the threads are stronger.
They would just reform.
It's just
They weren't that close though. They were at that point. They were like. They got closer after that, and then it was worse. No, what I'm saying is because she was closer, she was able to make different types of movements that the people farther away weren't able to make, so she is able to defend the threads better, theoretically. Theoretically, but that still doesn't... It's still not as good as a trained Demon Slayer, because she's not a Demon Slayer. She's not a swordsmith. She's not, the lady isn't trained as a sword person, as the same way that Tanjiro is. I guess I have more faith in Tanjiro that he'd be able to figure that out faster, because because they had just cut the thread. So if anybody has a logical explanation better than they were just too close and Tanjiro didn't have enough time, then let us know. Because the maneuver that they ended up pulling was like took time and more effort than just cutting the threads and saying get the fuck out of here. If you can. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about the episode. I'm excited to see what happens with Inosuke going forward. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for future stuff. Let us know if you're liking the new format for this show. And actually, let us know if any of you guys watch the Uncuts. If any of you guys still like watching the Uncuts, even though they're in the description. And check out Patreon to get a week ahead on this show and many others. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you next one. Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Chris Janvey,
Nelson Barbosa,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Brian,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Brandon Bruce,
Fallow,
Mord Tarragon,
Alfonso Reynoso,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Angu,
Lolly Convict,
Takamasa Baba,
Vanity,
Redacted,
Josue Gonzalez,
Zachary Pora,
Mohammed Buran Ahmed. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.